Another issue that's been hovering around, we wrote about it at PFT last week, but it's worth hearing directly from Sean McVay. Before the draft, he said he would always entertain the possibility of bringing back cornerback Jalen Ramsey. He's clearly available in trade from the Dolphins, who seem to be ready to move on, and Ramsey ready to move on as well. Here's McVay from SiriusXM last week on the possibility now, post-draft, of bringing Jalen Ramsey back to L.A.
He is a total stud, and you look at it, obviously he's continued to play at a really high level. He and I have kept in great touch even since, we ended up trading him to Miami. Special competitor, great person, great father. And so there are a lot of layers when you're talking about a player of his caliber, all right, with regards to the contract, the compensation that they would be looking for in exchange for receiving a player of his magnitude. And so those conversations are ongoing, as I'm sure they are with multiple teams, and we'll see. But we're never going to shy away from opportunities to increase the competitiveness of our roster or add great players as long as it fits within the framework of everything that an acquisition like that would entail.
Look, I think this happens after June 1, even though Chris Greer, the GM of the Dolphins, said, it can happen anytime. Baloney. At this point, the cap charge, the cap savings, like $18 million that would be kicked from 2025 to 2026, and it's May 6th. You wait a few weeks, you do it after June 1. And it sounds like, if you listen to McVay, there's multiple teams at the table. That's the key for the Dolphins. They don't have any natural leverage here because they clearly want to move on. Your best leverage sometimes is, I'll just keep him. No, your best leverage in a case like this, two or more teams ready to do the deal, and then you just let them fight it out. You come up with the best deal possible. But it's complicated because he's got $20 million left in fully guaranteed pay. Who's going to pay that? How much will the Dolphins pay? And then the more the Dolphins pay, the more they're going to want in draft pick compensation. So it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy. And you got to also kind of balance out, like, where's he at in his career? He's not going upward in trajectory. So how does that play out? How much do you want to give up? Like you're talking about, it's a big thing. And the Rams, as we talked about, they're good. They're ready. They're there. How many assets do they want to trade away in this type of scenario to get a player that's coming to the end of his career, and he is pretty expensive? Their secondary, it could use another player. I don't disagree with that. But at what cost, I think, is going to be the interesting conversation here, too. And let's not forget, the Rams traded him away 3 years ago when he was viewed as more in his prime as for a third-rounder. So are the Dolphins going to be able to flip this around to get anything better than that? I wouldn't think so, just from that basic logic right there. But we'll see where this goes. Like you talked about, you get more than one team. Maybe somebody will be desperate and put something, really bright and shiny up there for the Dolphins, and they can't deny it.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.